Welcome to the SoberQ podcast.
Hi, my name is Connie, and I'm an alcoholic addict. And my question is, how has a sponsor, an AA sponsor, helped us? I guess the first thing I want to say about that is that I don't know how it's helped us, but I know how my sponsors have helped me. My first sponsor certainly was the person who introduced me to the program of Alcoholics Anonymous and took me through the first 7 steps before she left the islands. I was living in Honolulu when I got sober. She was a believer in the steps. She was a believer in the book. And her first instructions for me were to go to a meeting every day, call her every day, and read the first 164 pages of the big book. And I did those things. It didn't occur to me that I had an option not to do those things. I was quite desperate at the time to not drink again. I had 30 days sober when I asked her to be my sponsor. And so I would come home from work and I would pick up the phone before I even sat down and give her a call. And she would ask me how my day was. She started me through the steps immediately. She actually had me start writing before I did any other steps. When I was complaining or whining about something, she would say, "Why don't you write about that?" And it was amazing to me how helpful that was. I would write only about a page, usually about whatever was bothering me. And after a while, I realized that I didn't really have that much to say about it. And so it turned out that a lot of those things were not that big of a deal. And she would point out where I could control things and where I couldn't. But her second question to me when I read those things was, what was your part in this? What was your part in this? I think one of the most important things that my sponsor did for me, other than have me look at myself, introduced me to the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous and make sure that I went to a meeting every day, is that she told me that I had to be willing to follow direction. And she was very clear about that, and I did learn how to follow her direction because I trusted her. I believed that the higher power was working through her. I don't know how that happened, that I believed that, but I did believe that. So I would follow the direction that she gave me. She also was a great example in showing me how to sponsor other women. And so the first thing that I do when someone asks me to sponsor them is say, well, we can give it a try. I want you to go to a meeting every day, read the first 164 pages of the book, and call me every day. And that's a start. That's a start.
If you would like to share your experience on a recovery question, visit the SoberQ podcast website at soberq.com. Thanks for listening.